I would definitely mulligan this hand if I drew it in real life, not gonna lie. I mean, a Blazehowl Knots? Oh. I've gotten a bunch of comments on my last couple of videos asking what I'm using when I'm showing off cards, building decks, or testing different hands, and the answer is Tabletop Simulator. If you've never used it before, it's basically exactly what it sounds like. It's a giant virtual tabletop on Steam where people have made mods for pretty much every board game and card game imaginable. And of course, somebody has already made a mod for Palworld TCG. So I figured instead of answering this in the comments over and over again, I'd just make a quick guide showing you how to set the whole thing up, import basically any deck from Palworld TCG.gg, and start playtesting it yourself. And once you have this set up, you can use it to goldfish decks by yourself, actually play against your friends, or just mess around with deck ideas without having to own every single card. The first thing you're going to need is Tabletop Simulator on Steam. It's a paid game, but you shouldn't have to pay full price for it. This thing is on sale constantly. And honestly, even outside of Palworld, if you're into card games or board games at all, you'll probably get your money's worth out of it. The Steam Workshop for Tabletop Simulator is ridiculous. People have recreated basically every board game and card game you can think of. Magic, Pokemon, D&D stuff, and now Palworld TCG. So once you have Tabletop Simulator installed, we need to actually get Palworld in here. Once you're on the Steam page, go over to the Tabletop Simulator Workshop page and search for Palworld, and you should find the Palworld table. All you have to do is hit subscribe, and it will load it into your game. That is it. You don't need to download a zip file, move anything into some weird folder, or manually add all of the card images. Steam's going to handle everything for you. Now open Tabletop Simulator, go into your workshop games, and find the Palworld TCG table and load it up. There we go. We basically got an entire Palworld TCG setup sitting right in front of us. You've got your play areas, your soul counters, your different zones, and everything you need to actually play a game. And now we just need a deck. And thankfully, we also don't have to sit here spawning every single card one at a time. For that part, we are going to go over to palworldtcg.gg, and you can do this with pretty much whatever you want. You can build your own deck on the site, you can grab one of the popular decks, you can find some absolutely unhinged Pingullet nuke deck somebody uploaded at 3 a.m. in the morning, find the deck you want to test, or build your own, save it, and then look for the option to export the deck list. Once you have it, jump back into Tabletop Simulator. Now, on the Palworld table, there's an importer built right into the board. Just paste the deck list we copied from Palworld TCG into here, hit import, and there's the entire deck. It's probably my favorite part of the whole setup. You can be scrolling through decks, see something that looks interesting, and within 30 seconds have the entire thing sitting on a table right in front of you. Now just throw it in the deck pile, shuffle it, draw an opening hand, play out your first few turns, look at your soul curve, see what card's getting stuck in your hand, whatever you want. And this is really where Tabletop Simulator becomes useful for me. Now there is one pretty important thing that I want to point out. This does not completely replace the playtester on palworldtcg.gg because the website has one massive advantage. Automation. It knows the rules. It automatically handles a bunch of the card effects, and more importantly, it can stop you from doing something that you're not actually allowed to do. And I actually learned something because of this while I was testing that purple-blue butcher deck from last week. There's a Catris effect that lets you butcher one of your pals to bring another pal back, and when I first read it, I thought you could bring back any pal that costs less than the pal you butchered. Butcher a 5-cost pal, bring back a 3-cost, a 2-cost, whatever. No, the pal you bring back has to cost exactly 1 less, and I figured that out because I was testing it on palworldtcg.gg, and the game basically went, "No, dumbass, you can't do that." And then I lost the game, which is extremely useful, especially right now while the game is brand new. We're all still figuring out the interactions, weird wording, timing, and how some of these cards are actually supposed to work. So if I'm trying to figure out whether a combo actually works within the rules, I really like palworldtcg.gg's playtester. But Tabletop Simulator gives me something completely different. You can actually move the cards around in real space, and I know that sounds kind of stupid, but I think there is something about being able to digitally, physically grab cards, drag them around the table, stack things together, spread your hand out, and organize everything however you would when you're actually sitting at a table. If I want to see my curve, I can physically lay everything out. There's my 2-cost, there's all my 3-costs, these are my high-cost cards, here's a pile of cards I'm thinking about cutting. And these are the cards I absolutely want to see in my opening hand. Personally, being able to physically manipulate everything in 3D space like this makes it way easier for me to actually get a feel for a deck. Instead of staring at 50 little card images on a web page, I kind of start to notice things. Like, okay, this is the card I keep wanting in my opening hand. This piece of shit keeps getting stuck in my opening hand. Here's a card I literally haven't played once and never want to play, even when I draw it. And why the hell am I running 4 of these? Once I get a feel there, I can go back into palworldtcg.gg, make some changes, export the new list and throw it back onto the table and keep everything going. And obviously, you can also just self-playtest. Set up 2 decks, play both sides, see how they interact. You know, it's not going to stop you from accidentally breaking a rule like the automated playtester will, but if you already know how the game works, it's a really nice way to test matchups at your own pace. And you don't have to play by yourself either. Tabletop Simulator does have multiplayer, so you can make a lobby, invite a friend, both import your decks, sit across from each other, and basically play a normal game of Palworld TCG like you're at your local game store, which I think is especially useful right now because the game is still pretty much brand new. Maybe you can't find any product on shelves, maybe nobody around you is playing yet, maybe your friends live across the country. You don't have to own any of these cards either. You both just need Tabletop Simulator and the Workshop mod. Just import your decks and start playing. And technically, you don't even need a monitor because for some ungodly reason, Tabletop Simulator also has VR support, which means we have officially reached the future of the competitive Palworld TCG. Okay, got our soul cards. A hanging trap. Cognito. Strike from the Shadows. Cognito hat. Sick. And some medical supplies. I would definitely mulligan this hand if I drew it in real life, not gonna lie. We get a Blazehound Knots. Oh, okay. Maybe VR kind of sucks for this. Alright, on second thought, this is objectively probably the worst way to play Palworld TCG, but I kind of love it. But yeah, that's basically the entire setup. Just grab Tabletop Simulator, subscribe to Palworld TCG mod through the Steam Workshop, find or build a deck list on palworldtcg.gg, export the list, paste it into the importer, and you are ready to go. For actually learning card interactions and making sure I'm still playing everything correctly, I still think the automated website playtester is the better option, especially while the game is this new. But for actually building decks, testing hands, playing against yourself, playing with friends, or just getting something that feels a little closer to having the actual card sitting in front of you, I really like Tabletop Simulator. And now when you see me dragging cards around in a weird digital table in the background of these videos, you know what the hell I'm using. And apparently, if I ever completely lose my mind, I can do it in VR too.